Hey guys, this is StarCraft and I'm back to cast another 2v2 for you. This game will be on Tarsonis Assault and it will be between AvriLDouzE, the red Zerg, and his teammate ClosingTime. No surprise there, the blue Protoss. Both of them will be playing their standard races and their opponents. Apparently ClosingTime also talks in Korean? Is he Korean? I had no idea. ProTech will be the purple Zerg, and he will be on the opposing team, and his teammate will be the red bandit, and he'll be the teal Zerg. So Zerg this time for ProTech, and oh, he's talking about something up on YouTube, and I wonder if we're going to see an StarCraft reference. I don't know, probably not, but I can get carried away. So an early scout here from ClosingTime is going to find out that there is a spawning pool on the way for ProTech, and actually that looks like a 10 pool. So, and he's going to continue building this extractor. So I wonder if he's talking about I still wonder if he's talking about me. This is kind of an old replay, by the way. This is from version 1.1.3, which means that it was at least a couple of months ago. He probably is talking about me. But that was before ProTech started sending me millions of games. And, well, I shouldn't say that because he hasn't sent me any games in so long that, you know, yeah. So, anyway, this is an old replay. And the red bandit is going for a fast expansion. But he's going for expansion before spawning pool, and ClosingTime definitely saw that happening. So that is going to be an issue, I think, for the red bandit. He's going to try and go ahead and build this. So yeah, you see ClosingTime. If I'm ClosingTime, you know, when I'm playing Protoss like this, I've been playing Protoss a lot lately, and you know, obviously I'm no expert, as ProTech does have his Zerglings out to help try and protect that expansion. We'll see. AvriLDouzE, he does have 6 lings on the way. They should be up here in time to help defend for ClosingTime. But when I see a Zerg go for hatchery before spawning pool in a 2v2 like this, I immediately I pretty much say, okay, I'm gonna 4-gate and I'll beat you by doing a push at the 6 or 7 minute mark, because you will be investing too much minerals into this expansion to be able to keep up with me. So as long as your partner's on board with that strategy, that's usually pretty effective. So we'll see what AvriLDouzE and ClosingTime decide to do about it. ProTech trying to distract AvriLDouzE here with his Zergling, just sort of running back and forth here. Pretty standard stuff for him. Actually, AvriLDouzE going for a second hatchery in base, so we are going to be seeing mass Zergling. That is usually the sign of mass Zergling, which is always very effective in these 2v2s. Especially when combined with a lot of stalkers. So we'll see what ClosingTime decides to do. It looks like his tech is going to be, he's going for a Twilight Council, so proving me wrong, he is going for a Twilight Council, so we are probably, I shouldn't say probably, we're most likely going to see a Dark Templar rush from ClosingTime. And there is one Overlord here that is seen by the red bandit, but if he can manage to get a proxy pylon down, AvriLDouzE with a lot of Zerglings now, ProTech is going to have to fall back. Both players have had speed done for a while now. The question is ClosingTime going to be able to get a proxy pylon down? I'm wondering. Oh no, he is actually going for 2 more gateways, so he's probably yes, he is researching Blink. So again, I am wrong as the Zerglings continue to battle. It looks like AvriLDouzE had a better concave in that engagement with ProTech with some reinforcements here. It looks like a pretty even number now. AvriLDouzE opting to fall back and taking a couple extra hits while he tried to do that, and now he's going to say, wait a minute, I could take on this group of Zerglings. And look at that even exchange. Zergling death, Zergling blood everywhere. Both Zerg players just massacring each other, and actually the red bandit is making a tech swap. He just pumped out a ton of roaches, and this expansion is really starting to kick in for the red bandit. So what is ClosingTime going to be able to do? And he proved me wrong, not going for Dark Templars. He is going for Blink Stalkers, and he's going to need a bit more than 4 to make a big difference here. So we're going to see a lot more Stalkers on the way, and still no expansion from the top team or from ProTech. So ProTech just continuing to pump mass Zerglings off of 1 hatchery here. No banelings or anything like that, and AvriLDouzE even getting a spine crawler, it looks like, up front here to prevent some more harassment. A lot of Zerglings are out here, and there comes one proxy pylon from Closing Time. It looks like Stalkers down here did take out a scouting overlord, and here comes some scouting Zerglings that one of them is going to make it by here, and it looks like he wanted to check for expansions, but there aren't going to be any there. I don't think he got to see anyway. So ProTech is falling back to the comfort of these roaches, which are wisely hidden at the top of this ramp. That's something you always want to do when possible. If you can engage at the top of a ramp here when you know your opponent doesn't have vision, you get free shots. First of all, you get free shots when they're coming up here, and they don't know what they're up against and where your forces are located. So the roaches will get a couple of shots here on the Stalkers. No, because they decided to fall back at the last second. And here comes the major engagement. It looks like Closing Time and AvriLDouzE do have the advantage with all these Stalkers in the back firing away. It looks like the Zerglings, though, from AvriLDouzE are going to go down. It is down to Stalkers versus Roaches, and there are more and more Roaches on the way for the Red Bandit, but he is opting to try and fall back, and these Roaches do not have a speed upgrade, and the blink is done for the Stalkers, and they are chasing down these Roaches, utilizing that blink, getting more and more free shots, and that is bad news right now for the Red Bandit. ProTech needs to get some Zerglings out to try and get a flank attack on these Stalkers. These Roaches are moving around in the line of fire here. So a bit of a miss micro there from the Red Bandit, taking some hits without fighting back there on those Roaches. So Roaches doing a lot of running back and forth and not a lot of fighting, as these 4 Roaches need to turn around and start fighting and let the ones with low health get in the back. But the Red Bandit, this is an old replay, I should mention, by the way. The Red Bandit, much better player than I am, so I'm going to refrain from talking too much trash right now. He is using the drones to fight, but those are all going to fall, as this looks like it is a no-win situation with the blink being done for Closing Time. These Stalkers are just wreaking havoc to this front. The Red Bandit is valiantly trying to stay in this game by just pumping more and more Roaches. Even 5 more are on the way, and these Roaches doing all they can to stay alive. The ProTech needs to come in here with a flank attack at the same time that these Roaches engage to try and lessen up or soften up these Stalkers a little bit. The shields are being regenerated. The Roaches are starting to focus down Stalkers. There are some with low health, and Closing Time now starting to micro individual Stalkers. He is blinking them around, using some of them in small groups, and that is effective as well. And these Stalkers are going to be too much, it looks like, for ProTech and the Red Bandit to deal with, as AvriLDouzE has now come in here with a bunch of more Zerglings, and that is going to be GG. ProTech GG's, the Red Bandit GG's. So a pretty exciting match right there, and Closing Time, of course, had to double deceive me there, as I thought, okay, normally when I see a Zerg fast expanding like that, I think, oh, I'm going to 4-gate, and that will counter that fast expansion very well. But a 3-gate Blink Stalker is pretty similar, and it just requires a little bit more micro, and you basically have to be a little bit more baller to pull it off. Whereas I tend to use sentries a lot at the beginning, which are pretty good against Roaches because you can split those up, but against Zerglings a little bit tougher to manage. Anyway, that was going off on a tangent there, and the second hatchery for AvriLDouzE in his main did really start to pay off towards the middle and end of that game. So thank you guys for watching. I do have another game between these players, so I think I'm going to cast that right now. So this is Irie StarCraft. Thumbs up my vid, subscribe to the channel if you like what I'm doing. Otherwise, more power to you. And so that's it for me, and peace out.